All right, so today we're doing something a little different. We're not actually diving into the New Testament itself. Instead, we're going to deconstruct this really fascinating digital guide someone created to help people read it. We're going to take it apart and see what its structure, how it was made, and its overall purpose can tell us about how we share really complex ideas online today. So this statement, this is the very first thing you see when you land on the webpage. It's there before you even see a list of books or any instructions. And it's not just some nice welcome message, it's a declaration of intent. It's the core thesis put right up front, and it completely frames the entire experience from the get-go. And this highlights a really key structural choice the creator made. They establish the why before they ever get to the what. And that's such a powerful way to communicate, right? By giving us the core purpose first, it gives us a lens to see everything else through. It makes all the information that follows feel way more meaningful. It's a very deliberate strategy to get the reader on the same page from the absolute beginning. The author is also really clear about who this is for. This guide is specifically for someone who's already done the work. They've already journeyed through the Old Testament. So the goal here isn't just to read, it's to reread, and to do it in a way that will strengthen your love and knowledge of the Bible by finally seeing how it all connects back to that one central idea we just saw. Okay, so the why is firmly established. Now let's shift gears and look at the what, the actual 27-book roadmap that the author put together. And we're not talking about a curated selection or a greatest hits list. Nope, this is a complete path. The guide gives you a super clear, sequential journey through all 27 books of the New Testament, right in their traditional order. There's no guesswork, no ambiguity, it's all laid out for you. Okay, but this is where the story gets pretty remarkable. If you look at the timestamps, you see this incredible pace of creation. The first entry for Matthew goes up at 2:23 p.m. on April 8th. By just after 11:30 p.m. the very next day, the final entry, Revelation, is already posted. Think about that. The entire framework for all 27 books was built in less than 34 hours. That shows just an absolutely immense level of dedication. So we've covered the why, the core mission, and the what, the complete roadmap. Now let's dig into the how. What are the specific instructions the author gives for engaging with every single one of these books? And this is a really crucial detail. For every single one of the 27 entries, from the very first one to the very last one, the instructions are exactly the same. This isn't an oversight. This repetition is a deliberate choice, and it's designed to create a consistent, easy-to-follow pattern for anyone using the guide. This simple 3-step process is the whole engine of the guide. Step 1 is pretty straightforward. Go read the actual source material. Then, step 2, come back to the guide for a recap to reinforce what you've read. And finally, step 3, join the community and talk about it. This creates this really powerful learning loop of, consumption, reflection, and then interaction. It's a blueprint for active engagement, not just passive reading. Now, when you see this level of detailed thought and that incredible speed of creation, you can't help but ask, what's the real motivation here? What drives someone to build something like this? Well, the answer is right there in the author's own words, which they posted as a prayer in the site's comment section. I mean, this just lays the mission out so clearly. The author sees themselves as a conduit for the truth. They want to accurately show their understanding of God's character to other people. The guide, then, becomes the tool to make that mission a reality. And this second quote, wow, it just powerfully reinforces that whole idea. It frames the entire project not as a task, but as an act of service and deep devotion. That intense work we saw on the timestamps, it's all explained right here. It's driven by this profound sense of personal commitment. So when you put all those pieces together, the context becomes crystal clear. This isn't just some informational website or a hobby blog. The entire project, its structure, its content, its whole methodology, it's the tangible result of a deeply personal, faith-driven mission. So let's zoom out for a second. What does this one little digital guide actually reveal about creating effective, structured engagement, especially for an online community? It's really a fantastic case study in purpose-driven communication. I mean, think about it. A crystal clear thesis is established immediately. The content follows a complete and logical path. A simple, repeatable method for engagement is handed right to the user, and the whole thing is powered by a transparent and obviously deeply felt personal mission. It's a powerful blueprint for building any kind of focused learning experience online. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. We've seen exactly how this guide uses structure, a clear roadmap, a consistent method, and a stated purpose to make a really complex text feel more approachable. So the question for all of us is, how does a defined structure like that change the way we interact with any challenging material, whether it's sacred or secular?